A very good Wednesday morning to everyone out there across the WABBLES community and beyond. Landon here in the driver's seat to bring you your latest weather forecast, courtesy of On Target. We cannot get rid of this relentless active pattern that we're continuing to deal with. We have got deep, rich moisture continuing to stream over our vicinity out of the Gulf of Mexico. Folks, this has been a rinse and repeat forecast here over the past several days. It's going to hang around today, even into tomorrow, before we finally see somewhat of an alteration. But you can see with the stationary front setting up shop and meandering and wobbling back and forth across the region, we're just going to continue to see this moisture slide to the north and east here out of the Gulf. All right, so as it does so, yes, we will be keeping scattered rain and storm chances in the fold and in the forecast for us as a result. Speaking of the cloud cover and the low-hanging stratus layer, let's take a look across the region. Beechtree News Sky Cam showcasing some dense fog up in the Morgantown vicinity. Folks up in that direction, pay special attention on the morning commute. Give yourself an extra few minutes if need be. A little bit better conditions overlooking the Lovers Lane Soccer Complex, courtesy of our Sky Soccer Cam there. So, depending on where you're at, you might have some low stratus and some nuisance in the form of that dense fog, but otherwise, it's not too shabby out there, albeit it is very warm and very muggy, with this air mass simply not going anywhere. Temperatures and dew points hanging out right around the 70-degree mark. It's around the same vicinity as yesterday. Folks, we're going to be looking at a nearly identical forecast to what we experienced yesterday. We're going to have these meandering little hit and miss rain showers throughout this morning, maybe some sprinkles. And then as we work into this afternoon with peak heating, we're going to get some more robust cells that'll fire up. We had a few cells that absolutely dumped the rainfall there on the north side of Barron County yesterday afternoon, on down into Simpson County, over into Allen County as well. So we'll see who wins out on the shower and storm roulette. As we work throughout the day, once again, I'm not expecting everyone to see rainfall, but they will definitely be in the cards, to say the least. A little bit better view of the latest illustration of what our surface map is looking like. If you'll look to our north, folks, sagging down from the Great Lakes now, we got this weak cold front that's going to continue in that same direction. This is what's going to keep the scattered storm chances alive today into our Thursday as well. It's expected to get just south of the region Friday into the start of the weekend, bringing a little bit of a quieter pattern before we ramp back up with an even potentially more active pattern throughout a good portion and chunk of next week. All right, so let's jump right into it and let's break it down, taking a look at the latest model guidance on exactly what we can anticipate. As previously mentioned, we're going to work throughout this morning. We got these light little showers meandering around here. Again, very similar to what we were seeing throughout our Tuesday. Then, however, as we work into this mid-morning, on into this afternoon, you can see we've got some more robust cells that are developing. Better rain chances exist as the day wears on. Here we are getting into the peak heating of the afternoon, folks, and look at this. It's just sporadic. It's like a shotgun blast of convection and storms here across our vicinity. Not everyone is going to get in on the rainfall, but those who do, with our slow storm motions, we could get in on localized flooding issues, some intense downpours, maybe an isolated damaging wind gust or two coming along with these, but again, the efficient rain and the flooding should be our primary concern. We lose out on our daytime heating throughout the overnight. We still keep some meandering cells that are going to be present as the cold front is still located well to our north. And you'll note here, folks, as we work throughout our Thursday, we get into Thursday afternoon, we roll into Thursday evening. Right there where you see the convection lined out is where the cold front is going to be located. So here we are looking at 7 to 8 p.m. Thursday evening. The cold front's going to be pushing right along the Ohio River. So this will keep rain and storm chances alive until we work at least into our Friday afternoon, with only isolated storm chances remaining intact both Friday and Saturday, with that cold front lining out and potentially bisecting the region or sagging just south near the Volunteer State. All right, so now let's switch gears and let's talk about what's going to unfold as we work through the latter part of the weekend. With only isolated cells Friday into Saturday with slightly warmer temperatures, we're going to roll over into a much more active pattern Sunday throughout a good chunk of next week. And here's our reason why. We're looking at the 500 millibar level. This is about 18 to 20,000 feet vertically extended up above our heads. We're going to have this large upper level ridge building over the south central southwestern U.S. That's going to put us in northwest flow aloft, all right? Typical summertime pattern, whenever the ridge builds in, we will have numerous disturbances being carried in here out of Canada, south and east right across the Wobbles vicinity, thus resulting in a more active pattern firing up beginning on Sunday morning. Here's a look at the surface map on Sunday morning. We've got the first round of these showers and storms that'll be blossoming here across the region. And then watch, folks, as we work throughout the week. Keep your eyes up here near the Great Lakes and near the Midwest region and watch these numerous disturbances develop and then jolt down to the south and east, all right? Here we are looking at Monday. Here we are getting into Tuesday. Here we are looking at Wednesday, and here we are rolling into Thursday, whenever finally, at some point in time between Thursday and Friday, high pressure is going to take back over. The northwest flow is going to give way with this upper level ridge building in here, bringing a quieter pattern back into the fold. It's about time, along with some more sunshine to take in, all right? So, to recap very briefly here, scattered storm chances remain intact today into tomorrow. They'll become more isolated Friday into Saturday, and then a much more active pattern taking back over Sunday through at least the middle part of next week, all right? The good news is we're not showing parameters that are hinting at any sort of organization in terms of widespread severe weather threats. We have a generalized thunderstorm risk that's going to be present here across the region. Efficient rain, localized flooding, and yes, you might get in on a stray damaging wind gust, but that does not look to be too much to worry about. Total rainfall amounts over the next week, take it with a grain of salt, folks. If we continue with this active pattern, there will be locations that's going to get more than the 1.2 inches that's being showcased here on our rainfall total forecast. We're looking on the cusp of 1 to 3 inches, folks, depending upon if you're hit with these efficient rain producers, especially rolling into the early days of next week. Those MCS systems coming in out of the north and west can carry a load of rainfall, so that remains to be seen. But the good news is, with more rain chances in the forecast, our drought conditions are remaining mitigated. Central and eastern Kentucky, not so lucky, with drought conditions continuing to expand with a moderate drought over in that direction. But as far as the Wobbles community is concerned, folks, we are sitting pretty. We have no drought conditions intact. With the more rainfall we received this week and more on the way, that looks to remain mitigated. So good news out there for our farmers and beyond. Your next forecast for the next 6 days, brought to you by Ohio Valley Insurance, looks like this. Scattered storm chances stick around today into tomorrow. Mid-80s for highs. We're going to jolt up to the upper 80s to right around the 90-degree mark Friday into Saturday with only isolated storm chances present. Sunday into Monday of next week, more prominent rain and storm chances with the active pattern taking back over. Highs will be locating near the 90-degree threshold. That'll do it for your Wednesday morning weather or not forecast, brought to you by On Target. You all take care of yourselves and each other. Have a fantastic Wednesday.